Hi everyone, this is Alvin over at Contender Bicycles based in Salt Lake City in Park City, Utah, and I'm here to talk to you today about the new Orbea Rise electric mountain bike. Historically, electric mountain bikes have been based around the motor, at least they've been dominated by it. These bikes, when they're not in their assist, feel extremely sluggish, and they're over 50 pounds, and they completely change what you might want from a mountain bike on the trail. This new Orbea Rise, however, seeks to completely change that with more natural assist, lower weight, and geometry that basically matches that of the new Orbea Occam. This bike might just be the future of electric mountain bikes. Now, taking a look at the new Orbea Rise, it's clear that there's a lot of similarities between Orbea's standard trail bike, the Occam, and that's for good reason. This bike has the same concentric pivot swing arm setup as the Occam, where the through axle basically ties that swing arm together. It has the same linkage here with an axle through the middle that is splined much like a crankset might be. It has the same Enduro Max bearings as well. And in fact, it has the same geometry. The reach and stack numbers are exactly the same throughout all the sizes. The only difference here that you're going to find is that the wheelbase is slightly longer on this Orbea Rise, largely due to the 445mm chainstays as opposed to the 440mm chainstays on the Occam. Further, you're going to find that it's the same Orbea OMR carbon frame that weighs in at a really lightweight 2,300 grams, which is actually really similar to what you find on the Occam for a size medium. Perhaps the key difference that you're going to find here is the lack of a characteristic strut that goes from this linkage area to the down tube. On the Occam, Orbea did it to strengthen that place where they needed additional stiffness to prevent the frame from moving around and feeling sloppy under load. However, here with the bigger down tube, Orbea actually doesn't need it here, which actually, in our opinion, makes it a little bit easier to grab a water bottle when you need it, or mount a battery to the down tube, which we'll talk about later. On the new Orbea Rise's similarities don't just end with the frame carbon. Here you're going to find that the Rise comes with a 140 or 150mm travel fork up front, paired to a 140mm travel shock out back, just like the Occam. The only difference here is that the linkage and the suspension rates here are tuned to be a little bit more progressive, likely to accommodate the slightly heavier weight of the frame. Now down to the nitty-gritty, which is the drive unit. The Shimano Steps EP8 RS drive unit found here has a number of advantages compared to the previous generation Steps E8000 drive unit. It has the same 177mm Q factor. It is lighter at 2.6 kilograms or 5.73 pounds, and it's said to be more energy efficient and offer less drag when you're not in the assist. And you're going to find that this bike is designed to provide its assist at 75 to 95 RPM cadence as opposed to as low as 60 RPM like you'd find on most other drive units. The reason that they did this is why they dubbed this drive unit EP8 RS, RS standing for Rider Synergy. The idea here is that the assist comes on later when you're trying to put on the power, i.e. when you're on higher cadence in that 75 to 95 RPM range. Another component that's unique to the Rise compared to other Shimano EP8 drive units is going to be the battery. This one at 360 watt hours is smaller than what you're going to find from the typical 500 to 600 watt hours that you're going to find from other e-mountain bikes. However, because it uses a different cell setup compared to other batteries, Orbea is able to claim that this is 50% more efficient and offers a similar range and climbing ability to that of a 500 watt hour battery, with all the advantages of being a lower weight bike. Now, if that 360 watt hour battery in the down tube isn't enough for you, Orbea also offers a 252 watt hour range extender battery that sits on the down tube where a water bottle cage might otherwise find itself. At just over 3 pounds, Orbea claims that the combined batteries offer up to 13,000 feet of climbing as well as 8 hours of full assist time. One final thing to note here with the battery is that while the battery in the down tube is not removable, at least not easily, you'd have to bring it to a dealer to do that, Orbea does say that after 500 full charge cycles, that the battery still manages to hold 80% of its original charge capacity compared to a standard battery in an e-mountain bike that might only hold 60% of its original charge capacity over the same 500 charge cycles. Orbea's rider synergy concept actually extends to its controls as well. To turn the bike on and off, you're going to find that the button is tucked away on the seat tube. You're also going to find that to increase and lower or even turn off the assist, it is a relatively discrete remote in between the left grip and that front brake. And instead of a screen found on the handlebars, you're going to find that there's a small EW100 Shimano junction box. That junction box has a little LED that tells you what assist level you're in and how much battery you might have. Riders hungry for more data can actually find it on their Garmin computers. Orbea found that a lot of riders who might use a Rise already have a Garmin for navigation or specific data that they might want. And so by partnering with Shimano and Garmin, Orbea was able to make sure that specific battery percentages and your exact assist levels can be found on that Garmin computer, cleaning up the cockpit and making it look overall like a more standard bike. Now, it should be noted that riders who do want a specific screen to show your speed or cadence or assist levels can find that and add it through their local dealer. One last note with the new Orbea Rise is that Orbea believed in this bike so much that they didn't feel the need to include any e-bike specific parts with this bike. Most e-mountain bikes are going to come with an e-bike rated fork from Fox or a shock tune or that type of thing. But these suspension tunes, as well as the components here, are really similar to what you'd find on a standard mountain bike. So you can deal with it and find parts for it just like a standard mountain bike too. The only difference that you're going to find here, really, that it was specifically formulated for an e-bike is that Orbea worked with Maxxis on this Recon tire here to provide a Max Terra compound for the tire while actually offering an Exo Plus casing. That's not something that you'll easily find aftermarket, though I wouldn't be surprised if Maxxis were to offer that down the line. Every Orbea Rise comes with the same Shimano EP8 RS drive unit, the same 360 watt-hour battery, and same discrete controls, starting at that $6,500 Rise M20 and going up to the top spec Rise M LTD. This bike right here, the Rise M10, features a Fox Factory 36 fork up front and a DPX2 factory shock out back, a Shimano XT drivetrain paired to a race face Rise carbon handlebar, OC dropper post, as well as a custom-made E13 32-tooth chainring instead of the 30-tooth Shimano chainring that you might find on other Shimano EP8 equipped mountain bikes. That's it, everyone. If you have any questions about the 35-pound Orbea Rise e-mountain bike or about e-mountain bikes in general, come visit us at contenderbicycles.com, give us a call during business hours, or send us an email anytime to info@contenderbicycles.com. If you like this video, click like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Don't forget to follow us on social media as well. Thanks, everyone.